Hello guys, welcome back to another Lumley trading video. In this one we're going to be doing some in-depth stock analysis on Tesla, ticker TSLA. So to get straight into it, firstly obviously from a clear technical standpoint, which this analysis is mainly going to be covering, is that obviously we have had a strong downtrend over the last kind of 6 months. We did kind of bottom out, or maybe a potential bottom, round about that psychological $100 level. So that's usually always obviously the main things we're looking at. If you go back to previous analysis, that's always what we're paying attention to. These key psychological levels, usually going to be the whole 100. So the whole 100, 200, 300, always going to be the strongest levels. You're also going to get some strength at the 50 and a bit weaker, but you'll still see some reactions happening at the 25s as well. So obviously we come down to that 100. We definitely saw buyers. There would have just been a lot of limits, definitely institutions being buying in at these kind of levels. So again, we are starting to see a bit of a bounce. Doesn't mean it's going to be the bottom, it's just where there is going to be a layer of support. And again, if we do come back down to here, to me it makes sense to be looking at it more of a long bias way, because not only is it going to be a key psychological levels, again, if you're looking at the level 2, you're going to see big orders there, but also at 110, you're going to have also our first deviation on the 6 month and our first deviation on the 1 year. So basically that 110 to about $100, this obviously is quite a wide area because it is still 10%, but it is going to be a key level of support. And again, something, if you can get the calls cheap, definitely that is more how I'm personally looking to trade them, is usually just looking for the calls, or going in with debit or credit spreads, obviously in a bullish manner. So that's mainly the main support I'm paying attention to. If we did break that, we do have further down supports going down to around $55 and $50. But again, not all that likely. I think even if the markets do continue quite weak, that is quite far off. I don't think we'll see that anytime soon. But if we do, again, better to be prepared than naive. So that's what we're looking at. But what can also be quite likely is obviously we push to the upside. And that's why with this analysis, we don't try and pick a direction. So we'll go where the key support and resistances are. And then it means if I do have a bias on the stock, it doesn't affect the video. I mean, you could be only a short bias trader. You may be only a long bias trader. So again, you may be using these for targets, entries, or whatever kind of you want to see what I'm looking at. But again, I like to do both the support and resistance because I don't like to try and kind of predict the or kind of have a bias on direction. It's if it comes into a good high probability area, that's a trade I'm going to take. I don't care if it's at the highs or at the lows. If it's at a support or resistance, that's when it's going to kind of decide what kind of trade I take. So kind of the 160 to 170, this is statistical mean. Again, if you've seen our other videos, you know this is where we never look to trade, or at least I personally never take open trades at this level, because standard deviation mean or statistical mean is basically just what it is and kind of its fair value. So obviously from how I trade, there is no edge at fair value, so it's not anything I'm looking to trade. When I'm below fair value, I am mainly really looking to buy the stock up. And once we're above it, that's when I'm looking to be more short bias. So if we did break it, my next level would be at about 220 to 230, and that's what I'd be paying attention to. Again, short bias if we're coming into these levels. And again, if we break through that, we do have some final levels kind of going out to around $170 to $300. So in the near term, these are the main levels I'll be paying attention to. Again, to the downside, that I'm only looking to buy if we're above kind of that purple area, that fair value area, then I'll be looking at it short buys. I don't usually trade with the direction. Again, I know some people are directional or kind of trend traders. Some people are reversal traders. Again, that's why we provide support and resistances, because we may look at stocks differently or charts differently. Again, if I'm a reversal trader, I'm going to look at it a lot differently than you if you are a trend trader. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed the breakdown on Tesla. If you did, why not drop a like and subscribe and check out this analysis video.